Hello, everybody. Turck Beverage with We Supply America, coming to you live from Lakeville, Minnesota, where I have just spent an amazing day with the team at Edney Distributing, celebrating their 70th anniversary. The fourth generation owner, Jennifer Edney, was just assigned as president of the organization to take this organization to the next 70 years. Just a great, great story, and I am just absolutely thrilled to be here. Hey, welcome to our sixth episode, the sixth premiere of our docuseries, We Supply America, where in just about 27 minutes, we are going to go live with our sixth episode, and I cannot wait to introduce you to Hovis, Truck and Auto Supply. It is an amazing story of family, amazing story of entrepreneurialism, amazing story of the noble calling of distribution. And we're going to go live with that episode in about 26 minutes. So welcome. As you're coming in, please let me know that you're here. Say hello to me in the comments. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, please say hello in the comments, and I'll be sure to pull you in. Now, on Monday, we had a dinner for We Supply America, downtown Minneapolis. And I got to tell you something, guys. I left my hometown 11 weeks ago on Sunday, and I'm learning how to drive this RV. And take a look at this. That is my parallel parking job in downtown Minneapolis before we went in and had dinner at the Capitol Grill. And it was an amazing evening. But yeah, what do you think? I'm learning how to drive that RV just a little bit. And that was my parallel parking. So guys, welcome to this. Come on in, say hello, and I'll let you know that we're going to get this show officially started in 2 minutes. Come on in, say hello, and we'll kick this off officially in 2 minutes. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome and thank you for joining us for this sixth premiere of our docuseries, We Supply America, where in exactly 23 minutes, we are going to premiere our sixth episode, and you're going to get to meet the independent family business of Hovis, Truck and Auto Supply. And I cannot wait for you to find the inspiration that I got and the insights that I got as we put this episode together. So I see you all coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you all being here. Let me just say real quick who's here. Barry Wright, thank you so much for being here from Arkansas. Really, really appreciate that. Jennifer, Hello from Vipar headquarters, man. I appreciate you and Vipar support. We're going to meet somebody from your office here in just a bit, I know. Tracy from Viking Electric, thank you so much. Wonder Woman tattoo. Oh, yeah, Tracy, I remember you. My day at Viking Electric was absolutely fantastic. Thanks for being here, Tracy, and I love the Wonder Woman and what it stood for. Bill Burdett, thank you so much for being here as well. Really appreciate it. Hello, Joe Powell. Thank you for being with us. Nick Mitchell from Hovis. Man, you are about to see your story unfold here, and I cannot wait. So everybody, thank you for being here. Continue to come in and let me know that you are here. We are here championing the noble calling of distribution. And I know some of you are here for the very first time. So if you don't mind, let me just set the stage for what We Supply America is all about. As I mentioned right before we started, I left my home 11 and a half weeks ago to get out and champion the noble calling of distribution. And when we left, here was the trailer of We Supply America that we started with 11 and a half weeks ago. Take a look. So welcome, everybody. Again, we've got about 20 minutes until our 6th episode that's featuring Hovis Auto, Truck, and Auto Supply. It's just a fantastic episode of We Supply America that you're going to get to take part in. Let me know what you're thinking about We Supply America. Continue to say hello in the comments. I appreciate that. So, that trailer, I hope you get the sense, and you've gotten the sense over the last 12 weeks, 11 weeks that I've been on the road. We Supply America is a national campaign that's committed, as you know, to champion the noble calling of distribution, to ensure that the channel of distribution, to contribute to the channel of distribution, that it as a channel thrives. A national campaign to help the 30,000 independent businesses, distribution businesses in this country thrive, and to help the 6 million individuals who are employed and professionals throughout distribution thrive. And the 3 principles of We Supply America is, number one, this noble calling of distribution. Guys, I'm here outside of Minneapolis today with an amazing family or distribution business by the name of Edney Distributing. 70 years, they're celebrating their 70th year, and the 4th generation of individuals, leaders, just took over as the president. Jennifer Edney just took over as the president on August 1st, and they're looking forward to the next 70 years as well. The job creation that they have created, how they're helping their independent dealers thrive, how they're helping the farmers out in the field thrive, all of that is absolutely noble. We don't have our country without what you in distribution do. And this is the story we need to tell through We Supply America. I also believe that we're all yearning for connections, yearning for inspiration and optimism. These stories that you're witnessing, what you're going to hear today, it's full of inspiration. It's full of insights, and it's an opportunity for us to connect together around this noble calling of distribution. And the third principle is I truly hope that you take these episodes, use them in your organization to communicate and have conversations about how we can take the lessons and insight from Hovis today, for example, into your organization to continue to build a stronger distribution network. So, guys, I've been out on the road. I tell you that I'm here at Edney Distributing today. This week started with me by visiting DSG over in Plymouth. What a great, great stay that I had there in Plymouth at DSG. Here I am with Paul Ryan, an amazing individual, full of life and a true story of inspiration in this noble calling of distribution. Here I am back in the warehouse of DSG, meeting with individuals who are making things happen so that we can continue to supply America. From there, earlier this week, I went to a janitorial and sanitation distributor by the name of Dalco here in Minneapolis. Just had another great day learning about them. Here's Ted Stark wearing the We Supply America t-shirt proudly throughout his distribution center. And again, it's a great experience for us to come together with the employees and talk about how important the role is of each one of those individuals. Now, all of these stops that I'm doing lead up to today, Thursdays, 3 o'clock Central, where we get to premiere one of our 8 films in our docuseries. And our 6th one, we're going to go live in exactly 16 minutes. So that's coming at the top of the hour. And here's the schedule of these episodes that we have been broadcasting at 3 o'clock Central. We started way back on July 8th with our very first one, Porter Pipe. You see what happened. You see how we went to Wiseway Supply, Benco Dental, Indiana Oxygen. Last week, the amazing story of Great Lakes Hotel Supply. Today, the premiere of Hovis Auto and Truck Supply. And then following that, we've got 2 more weeks of premieres with Hill and Marks, and then the Granite Group as well is going to conclude our series this summer and on August. So with that, you guys, let's talk about this episode, the 6th episode that's going to feature Hovis. And we're going to go live in about 5 with that. Let me know what you're thinking. Before I pull in my guest, let me see who else has joined us. So here is Taylor. I'm not sure I said hello to you yet, Taylor. Taylor, thank you for coming in, working remotely from Vipar. You're going to recognize the person who I'm going to pull in next. Jim Connolly, thank you from Rochester, New York. You're here. Hey, Bill, I love to see this since our visit at your location, man. Your daughter got a full-time coaching job. Congratulations. That is great news. I love to hear. Hey, Phil Page is here from Continental. Thank you so much. Hello, John. Thank you for joining us. Frank, thank you for joining us. And let me see here. Stacy and Larry, I'm going to hold yours for a little bit, all right? So you guys come on in. Let me know that you're here. But let me right now bring in a guest, a special guest. And that is Mr. Jeff Paul, Vice President of Marketing with Vipar. Jeff, number one, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us today, buddy.
Hey, Turck, great. Thanks for having me. Glad to be part of it today and appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and Jeff, let's. I need to let everybody know you said you're happy to be a part of this today, but I think it's important to let everybody know that you are not just part of this today. You and the entire Vipar family, the entire Vipar organization is a big part of us being out on the road. We could not do it without your support, Jeff, and you saw the vision from the very beginning, and you had no questions, no qualms. You said, how can we be a part of this? And you signed on. And so, Jeff, from the bottom of my heart, bud, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, Turck. You bet. Wasn't a tough decision, man. It speaks right at the heart of what we do here and what's so important to our, actually to everything that's going on in our world. So that was a simple decision.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So I want to talk about what you meant by the heart of what you do at Vipar, what's going on in the world. But in order to do that, if you don't mind, let me just kind of set the stage. In 13 minutes, we're premiering the 6th episode of We Supply America docuseries, which features a Vipar member, Hovis, Truck and Auto Supply. And I got to tell you something. Here are just a couple of the screenshots. And Jeff, I know you haven't seen the episode yet. Neither has the Hovis team, who's going to join us later. And we're going to get to meet the Hovis family, even the high school and college family members that you see on the screen, and their role in the business and the character. It's so amazing. You're going to have the opportunity to hear from Cliff and Kurt Hovis and the lessons that they have taken from their grandfather and father and bringing that business into the future. We're actually going to even have some fun about the motorcycle collections of the organization. And yeah, we're going to talk to their sales manager, Don, and others right there in front of the Vipar logo, Jeff, just as a sign of being appreciated. This episode is absolutely amazing, everybody, and I can't wait. So, Jeff, real quick, if you don't mind, can you tell everybody that's joining us today about Vipar, who you are and what you guys do, and maybe the connection to Hovis?
Yeah, sure. So Vipar Heavy Duty is a marketing group, Turck, focused on the heavy duty aftermarket.
Yeah.
We really are. We are one of our taglines, which is actually perfect, is we're the home of the independent truck parts distributor.
Yeah.
So Vipar Heavy Duty negotiates programs through the industry's leading suppliers on behalf of our distributor members. We have about 250 companies that are part of the Vipar Heavy Duty family of companies. 850 locations throughout the U.S., Canada, Mexico. Collectively, we do about $2.3 billion
Wow.
at the end user level. So when you say we supply America, we like to say we supply North America, and we do it in a big way with our folks like Hovis and the rest of our distributors across the country.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jeff, from your perspective, if you don't mind, you talk about in your tagline, the independent business, right? What role do you believe independent, family-owned businesses, play in our society, in our country?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of roles, but I think it's a critical role because if you look at all of the business types out there, nothing really replaces that entrepreneurial spirit that you get with the people that own and operate and run local family-owned operations. Their motives for what they do. Certainly, they want to be successful for themselves, for their families, for their employees. It's a lot different than other companies. Their skin in the game is a lot different. So really, they're the heartbeat of our communities. The people they serve, not only their customers, but the local community, their employees, their families. It's mission critical, and their entrepreneurial nature just really sets them apart, I think. So I think you had the statistic, 30,000 businesses, 6 million employees. If you talk about, who drives what we do, I think independent family-owned businesses do.
Yeah, without a question, man. And thank you for sharing that. And I think you just described what we're going to see in the Hovis episode, by the way. So thank you for that. When you saw the vision of We Supply America and you said it was an easy decision, Jeff, why was it important for you guys to, as you have, and I'm so grateful, to get behind the mission of We Supply America?
Well, I think there's a couple reasons, really, Turck. One is it's really at the fabric of what Vipar does.
Yep.
I think 99.999, almost 100% of our stockholder distributor businesses are those independent family-owned businesses. So what you're doing kind of strikes at the heart of what we're doing, and it's really all about the message of the people that support us and that we support as an organization. So really, day in and day out, it's just making sure people recognize the value and the importance of distribution, which a lot of times is really unrecognized,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
People take for granted, something's there when you need it. You don't really think, how did it get there? And it goes, if you look at the segments you're doing and the industries you're crossing, I don't care if you're talking about truck parts, car parts, plumbing supplies, hotel solutions. Everything we touch relies on distribution. So I think this is a great way of making sure we reinforce that.
Boy, beautiful, Jeff. I appreciate it. And as we wrap up, because of time, unfortunately, but fortunately, because in 8 minutes, we are going to premiere the Hovis episode here, and I just can't wait to push play on that. Jeff, one of the things that I stress is that over the summer, we have the opportunity on these Thursdays to premiere 8 different We Supply America episodes, right? And I think it's important to continue to mention that, We Supply America is not about these 8 businesses, right? It's not about Hovis, if you will. They're just representative, right, of all distributors across the country. And I think Hovis is not only representative of other distributors across the country in general, but also of Vipar members. So knowing that you haven't seen the episode yet, but knowing that you know the Hovis family and the Hovis business, can you tell us from your perspective, when you think of their business, when you think of that family, when you think about the people we're going to meet in this episode, what comes to your mind about the Hovis organization and family?
Well, what's interesting, when I read the email that went out kind of previewing what's coming up with this session earlier, I said, man, you guys really nailed it. If you decided to shoot what you did and then to pull the story out that's more emblematic of Hovis, you guys nailed it because, knowing them for as long as I have, and I've been at Vipar for 20 years, so I've known them at least 20 years.
Yeah.
It's spot on. Their focus on people, whether it's their employees or whether it's their customers, their community, they're really driven by people first, and the success of the business is a result of that focus.
Well said. Yes.
And then you look at the innovation they've got going on with their training center and some of the fun stuff they do in the industry stewardship. We're fortunate that they're part of Vipar, and we've got a lot of them at Vipar that look and feel like Hovis. So you guys picked a gem there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, and thank you for the introduction. Jeff, my friend, thank you so very, very much. Sit back, enjoy this episode of one of your members. I think you're going to dig it. And thanks again for all you do to support We Supply America, Jeff. Thank you.
You bet. Keep rolling.
Thanks. Hey, and then just one last thing. Let me just put this up real quick before I send you off. Larry Northrup heard what you said about independent dealers, and what he said was well said, Jeff. Independent distributors are the heart and soul of the motor vehicle aftermarket. They really do supply America and the world. And absolutely. So, Jeff, thank you. And Larry, thank you. Jeff, we'll be in touch. All right, buddy?
Right on. See you, Turck.
Thank you, buddy. All right, you guys. So, there's a, what I do there? Hold on. Hello, Hovis family. You guys, I surprised you there. Yeah. All right. Come on, Turck. There you go. All right. But I know that the Hovis family is there waiting for us because in 5 minutes, we're going to go live with their episode, and then Grace and Kurt and Cliff are going to join us afterwards. So, guys, thank you for sitting in and watching this go live. Hey, if you're just joining us, please say hello in the comments section. I'd love to see who's here with us. And so 4 minutes until we go live. And before we do that, before I set it up, let me pull in one more amazing individual here. And that is Will Quinn. Will, with Infor, my friend, welcome and hello. How are you today, bud?
Hey, I'm doing great, Turck. How about yourself?
I'm doing great as well. Hey, will you just real quick tell everybody what you are in the process of trademarking?
Oh, Turck, you're embarrassing me. I'm in process of trademarking my new persona, the distribution guy. So,
yeah, no doubt about it, because you are the distribution guy coming out of the Marines, and logistics and distribution. You did it in the service and elsewhere, and you know it inside and out. And you're now bringing that expertise to the Infor team, one of the sponsors of We Supply America. So, Will, number one, thank you for being here. Number two, we know you are the distribution guy. Just real quick, would you introduce yourself and Infor to us, please?
Sure. Well, Turck, it's been a pleasure watching you over this period of time, watching you across the country, all the stories, all the great distributors you're visiting, and your personal episodes with your RV. It's been very entertaining. But Infor is a great software company. We provide specific distribution related software to distributors large and small. And I am in the pre-sales department.
Yep.
So coming from distribution, running distribution centers and many different industries, I help our salespeople understand really what distributors are facing, the problems, what they care about, how we can solve their problems. So that's what we are, and that's what we're all about. And we are just absolutely thrilled to support you and the We Supply America, because we love distribution, we love distributors, all the things they've faced over the years, especially during the last year. And I get it. I was part of that. I came from Granger, and we were locked down in a facility sharing with 800 other people, doing things to keep safe, but being there to help keep America moving. So it's near and dear to our heart, and we really appreciate everything that you're doing to showcase and highlight distributors.
No doubt. And thank you so much. And thank you to you personally for your service to our country. Thank you for what you're doing for distribution, bringing your expertise to distribution through the Infor platform now. And thank you to Infor for supporting us as well. So, Will, we could go on because we could probably have an IPA together, but we have an episode that's going to go live in 1 minute. So I will say thank you for joining us, Will. And again, thanks for all the support. Okay, buddy?
Thank you so much, Turck.
Thank you, my friend. All right, you guys. Will Quinn with Infor. We've got 1 minute until we go live. And let me just set the stage for you. You're about to meet a family-run independent business by the name of Hovis Truck and Auto Supply out of Mercer, Pennsylvania. We spent a day with them. They gave us complete access to the entire organization. And you're going to see a story about supplying America and about the noble calling. Things like family, things like caring, things like growth and protection of individuals' health, things like decades of experience with the organization because of the love of the business and the love of each other. I know you're in for a great episode here. So let me just say hi real quick to some individuals who are joining us. My goodness, Raleigh Boreen, oh man, you've touched my heart, Raleigh. I haven't talked to you in years, maybe a decade, and it is so good to see you, my friend. Thanks for following us. Wendy, thank you so much for all your support at Vipar. Thank you for following us. Guy, my friend, good to see you. I know there's a lot of content here. Thank you for following to the degree that you can. I really do appreciate it. I've got Jim here from New Era Marketing. Guys, we are about 30 seconds away from streaming the premiere of Hovis Truck and Auto Supply. Mandy, I am glad you are excited for this episode because we're going to deliver on that excitement. It's the story that you are about to see. Let me see here. Larry, thank you so much. The Hovis organization runs an amazing operation. You're right. It's truly a showcase and a credit to Cliff and his entire team. They make the vehicle parts distribution industry proud. And I think, Larry, you are absolutely about to see that. No, I know that. And Stacy, you've been excited to watch this all week, as have I been to bring it to you. And it is that time. Everybody sit back and enjoy our 6th episode of We Supply America. You're going to absolutely love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you We Supply America's 6th episode, Hovis Truck and Auto Supply. Enjoy. In a world of social distancing, remote working, personal challenges, and business disruption, there are businesses with their committed, caring, and passionate professionals who kept America supplied. Distribution. It's much more than meets the eye. The pandemic shined a light on the imperative nature of supply. That light, the noble calling of distribution. These are the inspirational stories and lessons from across America. This is We Supply America.
So glad you came out. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for allowing us to come tell your story, man. You know, without transportation, without the trucks that you supply, there's no country.
That's great.
There's nothing.
You
You
know,
guys are at the center of this noble calling.
Our industry is the third largest employer in the United States.
It's crazy.
The third largest, if you can imagine that.
Who's your typical customer?
It's so broad. Anything that has a wheel is our customer.
Okay.
So a lot of our customers used to be, you know, the average walk-in person. But what we found in, you know, someone coming off the street and they'd work on their car on weekends, what we found is cars are so technical now with, you know, dozens of computers, thousands of sensors on them, that the average person can't work on them.
Right.
So our main focus is, and who we sell are the end user. So the end user could be a car dealership, used car dealership, township, municipality, grocery hauler, paver, cement company, and
Fleets.
along with fleets, and along with, you know, the backyard mechanic. He might take care of people in his own neighborhood. The independent mechanic, you know, some of the best people. You know, if you think about a doctor works on the human body and everything's in the same place. But in a car or truck, Honda's here, you know, Mac's here, the Zuzu's there, so it's complex. Our customers it's incredible the wealth of knowledge and, you know, the intelligence they have to work on. Because they're always working on something different, you know. So.
My official title, I guess, is CIO, Chief Information Officer.
Okay.
It's always kind of been a running joke with us that when I got hired, I asked them for, you know, what my job description is, and they gave me a blank sheet of paper.
What was this distribution center that was once a soccer field? What was it designed to do?
That was kind of a challenge just because of the shape of the building, the way things were built. So Kurt, Cliff's brother, and I spent, I don't know, days, hours, and weeks designing, shelving, racking, everything to fit into this space that would, you know, get us the most amount of product in here, make it the most efficient for all of our pickers.
You know, with each new model year, right, new parts are added to that, right? But those old cars are still on the road.
You still got old cars on the road, and you have to keep that stuff too.
Oh my goodness!
So
that's got to create an inventory challenge.
Definitely,
that's
the expansion.
I'm looking at it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we talked earlier about your commitment to hiring veterans.
Yes.
From your perspective, why is that important?
I think we owe it all to them, for one thing. And they're probably some of the best workforce you can have. They're always dedicated employees. They're, you know, here before work time starts. You know, they're the last guys to leave. You can always depend on them.
When you look at the values of the 5, maybe 6 branches of the military now, right? Words like honor, right? Duty, you know, commitment, and the like. And those are the values that we all need, right?
Definitely.
As employers, right? I love your commitment there. And I think you guys got over 500 and some odd employees, and maybe 20% of them right now are...
About 20% are veterans.
6 squares, I take care of all the defects, cores, in and outbound freight. That's about it. Anything that comes in this building goes out, I take care of it, I handle it.
How long have you been here?
20 years.
20 years. What keeps you here for 20 years?
Him, around the corner. He treats you like a person, you're not a number. He cares about you, he cares about what you're thinking, what you're doing. He's a great owner. That's why I'm here.
Can you give me an example of that?
Well, if you got a problem, you go talk to him. He's here to help you, whatever you need. Anything you need, he got your back.
That's awesome.
And we're still in business. When everybody else was going down the tube, we're still here.
And you guys are growing.
And we're growing. We're getting bigger and bigger. And he got great kids coming up that are going to take over when he's gone. So I can't complain.
Keep it going. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Who are these smiley, happy people, huh? Hello, everybody. Hey. So real quick, tell me who you are. Go.
Nicole Hovis.
Nicole.
Brooke Hovis. Jackie Hovis.
Curtis Hovis. And tell me who these guys are. Somebody. Go ahead. Dad. Dad.
The other dad.
And the other dad over there. I love it. What do you guys love about the family business?
Oh, it's just so cool to see how much it's been built up, and we really want to help out with that. And our parents have really done a great job with guiding us in the right way and just teaching us all the lessons through it, and we really want to keep it going.
I love it. Yeah. So what are some of those lessons? If they've been guiding you, what are some of the lessons?
That in a business, it's not what you build, it's about the relationships you build with other people. It's important that you build relationships with your customers and your employees, because without them, you don't get anything done. Nothing's going to succeed if you don't have the respect of the people around you.
I'm just proud of my family and how much they've grown and what they've been through to get where we are today. There were lots of bumps in the road to get here, but they pushed through. So I'm proud of them for that.
And it's amazing to see how much it's blossomed over time, and how even though we're a family, sometimes that's tough working in a business together, but there hasn't been any problems. Everyone gets along, and it's just amazing.
I sense amongst the four of you a real love. I was going to first say about the business, and I might come there, but I sense real love amongst the four of you. I mean, that might be mushy. I mean, I know your siblings and all that, but trust me, it's not always that way. Grab a seat there, young man, would you?
That was nice to hear.
Thanks. You've got four amazing children.
They're pretty good.
You got
Sure like
four amazing children.
Thank you.
As you sat there listening, tell me what's going through your mind.
My wife did a good job.
No doubt.
No, the most important thing for me is the love bond that they should all have. From a business perspective, from a family perspective, that's the most important.
The love bond.
Yep. They know they're in it together. They're with their niece and their cousins. And it's us against the world. And we're just going to go out and attack it and get it done. They have that attitude. They know that the Lord's paved the way. So don't look back. Once the door opens, you walk through it and you aggressively attack it, because you don't have to worry, you're going to succeed. And that's how we look at things.
Grace?
Turck.
I am so glad to be here, and thank you for all the work you've put into this visit.
Thank you. We are truly honored to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. So you've said to me a couple times today that you've known for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have to ask the question.
No. I mean, my brother and I, we grew up in this business. We talked to Archie earlier. Clifford grew up following Archie around the warehouse, pushing a broom. Yeah. We'd both go with Dad to work, and we'd push a broom all day, and he'd give us $2 at the end of the day, and it was the best thing ever. And that only continued growing up, spending summers working in the warehouse. I worked in a paint warehouse. I worked on the counter mixing paint. Yeah, I always knew what I wanted to do, and I think I just saw the work that my father and my uncle put into this business, and just not just the work, the passion, and how driven they were, and how much they cared about this business, cared about the employees, and how hard they were working to build a future. And that's just something that I've grown up just so proud of, and I've always known I wanted to be a part of that. And it's something that I hope I can one day stand up with them and have people say the same thing about me.
I have a feeling you're on a pretty good track to that.
We're working on it.
I think you're on a pretty
We're
good,
working on it.
I think you're on a pretty good track to that. So at some point in time, there'll be a transition of leadership in this business. And you're going to have your opportunity, right, to be one of the leaders at the top of this organization. I'd love you to look out to the end of that leadership. What do you want your father thinking of you taking the leadership of this business for all those years that you're going to have that opportunity?
I think more than anything, you got me with that one.
No.
I think more than anything, I just want him to be proud. I want him to see that we gave it our all and grew the business, and just carried on his legacy. Yeah.
I see it in you.
If we can be a fraction of what him and my uncle have been for this business, I'll be proud.
I think you've got it going.
Thank you.
Grace, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. 20 years with the company.
30.
30. You look too young.
31. Well, thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
31 years with the company. The growth that we've talked about, why in your mind is growth for a business important? Now, I understand the financial viability, but I'm wondering if there's something more to you, to the 500 employees, to the community. Why is that so important?
We're dealing with this vast market that you're talking about. You got all these major retailers that we're competing against, and we're in the land of giants, and we're still carving out our niche. You know, we're growing, day to day and year to year, and doing that. And it's just from that basic, one day at a time, just keep building it brick by brick, and doing the things that we've done. And I think COVID really brought that to light.
Yeah, how so?
When that, remember the day that Cliff and Kurt called me up to the office, and we were having to make some decisions on what we were going to do, because when all the news first broke, it was like, we know if we're going to live another day, reality. So we sat down. It's like, okay, here's what we're presented with. We have some people. We really truly care about our people. So we have some people that have some what would be called morbidities. You know, maybe have diabetes or something like that are out in the sales force. So it's like, okay, we got to protect those people. So we did. You know, we pulled those people off the road. And then the most sobering thing that I saw that day is looking in their eyes. I think Clifford was there too. Was I looked at the list of people that we were talking about, and went down through there, and my name was on that list. As far as, you know, hey, maybe you need to go home for a while or whatever. And they asked me, you don't have to be, you know, a hero here. You can step out or step aside till we see how this thing works out. Work from home. I just spent 30 years doing what I do, and it's like, you know, when you saw a picture of family and stuff here, that's how I feel about it. And my last name's on Hovis, but I'm part of the family. Yeah. Been around for a long time and watch things develop and grow. And all of a sudden you just look at the realization, it's like, hey, this might be the end of it. Not that I'm going to die, but we don't know what tomorrow brings at that point. So it was very heartfelt that day.
What would it mean to you, Don, if you didn't have Hovis to come back to tomorrow for one reason or another?
There would, I believe in God, so He has a purpose for me in that, but I would certainly be lost for a while, just deciding what was going to be next, because it's been in my life. You know, it just has been, and it's
the fact that you're working for an independent, family-owned business. What does that mean to you?
I previously worked for a corporation, and you lose the personal touch. We had a managers meeting where we brought all the people together, and we're at lunch, and I seen the president of the company fire someone between forkfuls of salad.
Between forkfuls
of salad. He told me when I get back to my branch, I was to fire a driver. So I went into his office afterwards, and I said, Neil, you know, this person has a family, and he's trying to do us right. He had a mistake. He had an accident. I just think we need to give him another chance. And he told me, he said, you need to realize you're in this corporate world. He said, someday it'll be you or them, so you make sure you protect yourself. He said, if you think it's the right thing you do, he said, then do what you do when you get back. So, and I stuck up for my driver, and it worked out.
My goodness. But the directive was,
look
out for yourself.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, look out yourself as corporate. Someday it may be you.
My goodness. Now compare and contrast that to this business.
My wife works the special order desk. My son works in the IT department with Clint, and my daughter, she'll work IT, key, data entry, whatever you ask her to do, she does. She's a part-time college softball coach, so whenever she needs to go on trips or something, Cliff has given her the rein to, hey, go chase your dream, and we'll be here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Go chase your dream.
Yeah.
You know, for an employer to allow somebody to do that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're special here.
Yeah. Knowing that your two children are working at the same place you are and your mother was, their grandmother, at the end of their career here, what's your greatest hope for them?
For them, just to blossom, do the best you can and grow. You know, there's room for growth. It's not always the easiest. You know, there's their father, and there's their boss. When I took the job as operations manager, I made an agreement with Cliff and Kurt. I said, I'll do this under one stipulation.
Let me guess.
I have a unlimited budget for flowers because there's going to be times where Mother and I are going to clash. And we had an agreement when we were at work. My mother was Ann, and at 5 o'clock she was mowing.
Yeah.
And we left everything at work, and everything was at home, and we got along great, and I never had to buy any flowers.
Nice.
For us, you go into COVID, you go into 2008, you go into these things, and what's the first thing people, they start cutting people, they start bean counting, they start destroying the company that got them where they were. We do the opposite. We focus on picking up the best people from our competitors at that point. We invest everything we can in our company. We knock on more doors than we've ever knocked on so we can broaden our base and width. Don and the crew have been great for that. That's what keeps our numbers strong during the bad times. When everybody else is cutting their own throat, so to speak, we're not. We're out there grabbing more, getting ready for more. When you come out of that, you've increased your width so much that you hadn't felt near the bad effect everybody else has. And then that width really pays off because
as the economy comes back in the lake.
Yes. So when we come out of COVID, we had all those people back. So however long that took,
we didn't lay people off, didn't
we hit
fire
the ground
people.
running.
We kept them, even if there wasn't
Kept
things
them
to
whole.
do. Yeah, we always tell our employees, there's busy times and slow times. You're going to be extra busy in the busy times and the slow time. We're going to take care of you, so you need to be flexible. Same thing with COVID. We stood by them, they stood by us. We're very fortunate. We don't have people sitting on unemployment.
No.
In our company, our people came back.
We made some people stay home and work from home
if they had bad health conditions.
We were worried about
or
their health.
whatever.
Again, we needed to keep the team together. And so if somebody had a loved one at home that was subject to certain health concerns that made them real high risk to a terminality with the illness, then that person we strove to have them work from home. And different things like this. So we tried to look at each case and let each person tell us their needs. But we had to keep the team together because just like I said before, in the hardest times, whoever works the hardest will come out the furthest ahead when you're out. So that was one of the hardest times. We worked the hardest to keep our team together.
Let's start with the noble calling of distribution, right? Because when you hear that term, what does that mean to you, the noble calling of distribution?
The noble calling of distribution is private entrepreneurs in search for their own betterment and their own pursuit of freedom, supplying families with jobs and people with jobs and keeping communities strong. Amazon is not going to, for instance, Amazon's not going to donate to the local football team or local wrestling team. They're big business. They have no care. The noble cause is to do a great job servicing the marketplace and provide for economic opportunity for everybody in that chain.
All right.
And that is what it is. I mean, your people have to have good jobs. They have to have a community, and you have to be able to supply their needs. That is what it's about to me. It's about America.
If you had to use one word to describe this car, what is the one word you'd use to describe it?
Ingenuity.
When you look at your family business, Hovis, tell me about the role of ingenuity here.
Well, I would say the whole business was based on ingenuity. My grandfather started back in the day fixing bicycles and selling them, and it was about opportunity and ingenuity. And he got into the salvage yard business, buying old cars. Actually, before he had a license, he'd buy them out of school. Somebody'd come knock on his classroom door, one of his buddies, he'd give him some money, he'd buy the car.
It's amazing.
And then he'd drive it home, sell parts off of them or fix them up and try to sell the cars. But that's what it all started, is opportunity. So.
And having the ingenuity to seize that opportunity.
These ones are all in the crate from 94 to 2002?
2004.
And never been out of the crate from the factory, which is kind of cool.
So what am
Don't
I
show
on?
your
What
wife.
get me on?
This is a Rocker C 2010. It was Harley's version of a factory chopper. Has a rake to it. That's a good riding bike.
I was talking to one of the other business owners on this tour, and I asked Jason, we were standing on the bridge over the Mohawk River in Amsterdam, New York, guys, and I asked him, what's your purpose? What are you doing here? And Don, you talked a lot about the word growth, and he quickly had a one-word answer, and that one-word answer was freedom. And when I think about you guys on this bike, right, with your customers and the smile that it brings, right, he said he was committed to growing his people, your word, to give them freedom, right, in their life, in their lifestyle. And I think part of We Supply America, this noble calling of distribution, I think this might symbolize it. to a degree. Kurt, you talked about it being the backbone of our country, distribution. And what does that distribution provide? It provides freedom.
Being in business with my brother is the motorcycle ride of life. You get to do what you want. You get to do it with who you want. You get to enjoy doing it. That's my motorcycle ride of life. This is just a small encapsulation of part of that. But that's what entrepreneurs and distribution is. If you spend 80% of your life working, one way or the other you're working. In our lives, we work incessantly. You better enjoy yourself while you're doing it, because that's a large part of your life. So many people aren't fortunate enough to enjoy their life while they're working. You know, if you can enjoy your work and the people you're around, hence making friends with your customers so you have camaraderie, enjoying your time with your staff and your friends that you work with. If you can enjoy what you did during the day for the first 10 hours, then the rest of the day is just a bonus. Most people don't get those first 10 hours they enjoy. We do. That's what makes it nice.
And that's what the platform of independent businesses are. That's what I think you at Hovis and all the other distributors I've talked to in this series, and those that I'm going to meet as we travel from sea to shining sea, not on a motorcycle, all right, but in the RV. That's what's impacted me right here, right now, is that it's a platform for freedom. It's a platform for independence. That's what distribution is, so that every single one of us has the ability to be free.
Proton AI is proud to partner with We Supply America to tell the stories of the industry that we're exclusively focused on serving with our unique software platform. We build AI-powered tools, workflow tools, and sales enablement tools that help distributors grow their revenue. We care a lot about this industry. It's the industry that I grew up in, and we're proud to be a part of this project to help tell the story of the companies that serve America. We Supply America!
Well, sorry guys, I caught you one more time. I'm gonna come right back to you guys, okay? Bear with me, guys. I apologize. I figured that out. So, guys, there you have it, our 6th episode, featuring the amazing business and, more importantly, the amazing family and amazing people of Hovis. And I tell you what, every episode, and this episode just touches me, at certainly in the mind, but in the heart. You know, I asked, what are some of the words that came to your mind as you watched? And James, I agree with you, buddy. The word that came to your mind is family. I mean, it shines through, right? Larry, the word that came to you was integrity, just without question. This individual LinkedIn user said genuine, and I would certainly agree. I was touched by my time with the Hovis organization, and I hope that we did you all proud by what we just shared with your story. So if you don't mind, let me pull part of the Hovis team in. Why don't you guys try to get closer together if you can for me? There you are. Cliff, Grace, Kurt, hello, and
hey,
welcome. Number one, thank you for allowing us to tell your story. Thank you for welcoming us to your facilities in Mercer. Just a great story. You guys, this was the first time you saw it as well, right? No,
yeah.
no previews. Grace, I think I saw you right at the end go like this. I hope I hope that was a good thing.
Yeah.
So
I was yelling, "We supply America."
All right. Keep screaming it, all right, Grace? Keep screaming it.
I will.
So, guys, let me just turn it over to you real quick. Just watching your story for the first time there, what was going through your mind? What, as you were watching the episode?
It was great to be in the industry we're in, to have the opportunities we've had, and we were very fortunate because our parents provided us with this opportunity. We're in the freest country in this world, and the opportunity's there. You just have to take it, and you have to fight through whatever's ahead of you and leave it all on the field. And that's what we do every day.
Without question. Grace, how about you?
I think if anything, just watching it, like I realized how much of it a blessing it is to have been raised in this industry, been raised in distribution, and surrounded by these incredible people. And this is only part of the story. I mean,
right.
the manufacturers, the distributors, and the groups we work with, by far heavy duty. It's been such a blessing.
It's like a big family. You wouldn't believe our industry, but we go to industry meetings and we share, we help each other. We're just like one big team, one big family. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. Kurt, how about yourself, bud? As you were watching, what was going through your mind?
So much better to be in this side of the business world than the big corporate world.
Yeah,
better to go and enjoy what you do, and enjoy the freedoms.
You can work as hard as you want, and hopefully you'll see the fruits of it, which we've been fortunate enough to see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So guys, let me ask you this. There was a scene in the film, Kurt, where your 4 children were there.
Yeah.
We were talking, and for those that were watching it, your 4 children are high schoolers and college students, and those words I said about them having love for each other, it was so real when I was there. And I know that they're shadowing you guys right now, learning the business from the bottom up. Just Kurt, can you comment on? Or no, I'm not. Hold on, Kurt. I'm going to go to Cliff first as the uncle. All right. When you see those 4 young kids, if I can call them young kids, tell me what you think about them, Cliff.
Yeah, it's just pretty incredible to get to work. I worked with a number of them, got to observe them all, but to work with a number of them, and regardless of their age, how they caught on and the interest they had in the business and the understanding they have. It's
amazing. It's amazing.
The entrepreneurial spirit is alive.
Yes, it is.
And it's not in everyone because I've seen a lot of people it isn't in too, but. These four kids that I worked with this summer, just incredible. The future is bright. That's what I can say. The future is bright. And then the amazing thing is how well everyone gets along because, you hear that over and over. Families don't get along. They can't work together. I found just the opposite. Our family gets along. My brother wants to make a decision. We make it. I want to make a decision. We make it. Our kids get along. It's a rarity. It's a rarity. And that's like, I have a lot of nepotism in my company. A lot of people say, oh, don't hire 5 family members. But what I've found is if they're good, their family's just as good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, that family goes beyond the Hovis name, right? I mean, Don talked about being with you for 31 years and his name isn't Hovis, but he's part of the family. Right, we heard stories in there where the mom works there, the son, the daughter works there,
Yep.
and that's throughout your entire organization. Grace, what does
That's
it
right.
what does it mean to you, Grace? Building that culture, having a culture that is so family oriented, and it doesn't matter if it's the Hovis name or not, but we're all family. What does that mean to you, Grace?
I mean, I think it's a really unique and rare thing, especially in today's day. You don't see company culture like that very often. It's just a really cool environment to be able to work in.
Yeah.
And hopefully it feels kind of like an old fashioned thing. Hopefully we keep that forever.
Keep the old fashioned going, okay, Grace? We're going to ask you to do that, all right?
Absolutely.
Keep the old fashioned going. Let me ask you this as well, guys. I locked on to the part of the conversation in the boardroom when the gentleman was talking about his daughter working there as a coach. And, when she's got a soccer match to go to, you let her go. And the words he uses says, as leaders, you allow her to chase her dreams. I locked onto that. And I see that as a part of the noble calling of distribution, helping people, right? Both within the four walls and outside the four walls, chase their dreams. Kurt, can I ask you, what do those words mean to you, and the culture and how you work with, the opportunity you provide everybody in the Hovis extended family?
It's in America, it's the right thing to do. You want to give so you can receive. You want to do it the way the Lord would have you. You want to protect the people around you and help them. People should be able to pursue their dreams. And if you can be part of that, if you can include them in your company, in your family, that's what makes us fun. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
We want people to become something. When we hire people, we say you can put in time or you can become something. The only way our business will survive and grow is if you become something. That's the important part.
Wow. Isn't that something for all of you listening, right? We help people chase their dreams. We want people to become something. Guys, as I've gone across this country, I think today was my 28th distributor that I've actually met with, and it's said in different words, but the way you guys are capturing it, help people become something, chase your dreams. I really believe that is one of the core tenets of the nobility of independent family-owned businesses, that we truly have the respect for the person, the human being, and we really provide a platform for their growth to fulfill their potential. And we end it with a conversation about freedom. And that's, I think, the essence. I think it's the essence of freedom, help an individual grow and the like. And so
it is.
So I'd love your guys' comments, in terms of how we ended this episode, tried to tie it to the Harley, right? The freedom, and how you guys love getting out there on the roads with your customers and riding with them, and, the freedom that you get out on the road. And when you saw the ending, the tying of what you do to providing freedom for every individual in the Hovis family, did it resonate? And I'd love your thoughts. Kurt, I see you smiling. Yeah, tell me.
Like your eye. It did, because that's what the entrepreneur allows us to do. That's what this country, to this point in the development, take that journey in life however you want to and enjoy it. System here, where our forefathers, this is about your opportunity to do the best you can do. Search out your own happiness, search out your own future. That bike riding is aiming to that. You're free. You go do your thing. You're out in the open. There's no help. You're just riding your life. We have the right to do in this country. And to me, that's what makes the United States.
Darn right, man. Darn right. Cliff, anything to add on that?
It's all about freedom. It's freedom, economic freedom. The harder you work, the more you get ahead. Religious freedom. God's blessed our company and our country, our nation beyond belief. And to be able to share that with others is, a tremendous blessing.
You bet. All right, Grace, last question comes to you, okay?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Your uncle there, Kurt, talked about the motorcycle ride of life with his brother, right? As you get to sit in between the two of them right now, work with your dad and your uncle every day, and you see these two on this motorcycle ride of life that they're taking together. How does it make you feel? What do you think about when you watch these two on their motorcycle ride of life?
I mean, they're riding in a blaze of glory. And I just want to be on that ride with them.
And she is.
So, hopefully we'll be adding, how many of us are? Six more motorcycles to that train.
Yeah.
I love it. And riding the blaze of glory, and I think riding that blaze of glory comes from the true focus you have on people, right? It's not just about the parts. It's, as you say, it's helping people chase their dreams, become something. And man, what better way to go out in a blaze of glory by helping individuals. And guys, that's what I see independent family-owned businesses like Hovis are doing. And I think
we are in the people business. And the great thing is our competitors, corporate America, everyone's forgot that. Everyone's a number. Employees are a number, customers are a number, but to us, everyone's something.
To us, everyone is something. What a great way to end. Cliff, Grace, Kurt, thank you so very, very much. Just an amazing story. Thanks for allowing us to tell us. Let me just share with you a couple things we're hearing. Those of you on, if you have any other thoughts relative to what you just watched, what you just heard, please let me know. We'll try to pull it up. Here Michael says to us that well done, Hovis family. Great episode. Our friend Jennifer says the motorcycle ride of life. Love that. I think it's going to be used. Bill, thank you. Bill says, I really enjoyed the Hovis episode. Way to go, Hovis team. Raleigh Boreen says, great story. Well done. I love what I see here from Jack. Jack, thank you for saying awesome template for successful business. Congrats to the Hovis family and team. Let me see. Karen says to us, what a legacy the Hovis family has created for their family, employees, and customers. So impressive. And AJ here says to us, those in the industry know Hovis is a great family company that keeps America moving. Thanks for bringing their story to the masses. Great episode. Cliff, Grace, Kurt, and the entire Hovis team did a great job. So I think it's representative, you three, that this episode has touched people and will continue to touch people. And it's a testament to who you all are, who the family is, what you've built, and what you do for your employees, your customers, your local community, and this country. And Michelle adds, blaze of glory. Great story. Thanks for sharing. So, guys, thank you for the blaze of glory, man.
Thanks, Turck. Thank you so much, Turck. We greatly appreciated getting to know you and your team, and that you were led to tell the story of America. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Have a great day, and we will be in touch. Okay, you guys?
Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it, you guys. What a great, great story of Hovis Truck and Auto Supply, a member of the Vipar family. Just fantastic. Vipar, Jeff, and the entire team, thank you for your support. And for Proton, thank you guys for your support. I want you all to know that this tour continues to go on. This Sunday is going to be the 12th week that I'm out on the road. I'm here in Minneapolis. When I'm done here, we're going to close this up, and we've got one more We Supply America cheer with the team here at Edney Distributing. But then I am heading west, and here is what my agenda is for the We Supply America tour over the next several weeks before Labor Day. From here, I'm headed out to Denver. From there, I'm headed out to Portland. There's going to be a day and a half, 17-hour drive in the We Supply America RV. Then I'm going to backtrack into Salt Lake City. We're going to be down in Las Vegas for a couple of days, on our way to Scottsdale, and then Houston and Dallas. And we have stops along the way scheduled in each of those cities, but we still have opportunity, and I would absolutely love, I keep doing that, I apologize, I would absolutely love to have the opportunity to come and visit your location with the We Supply America tour. If you're interested, if you're along that route, take out your phone right now and text meetup to 847-744-8570, and we would be sure to get in touch with you. And why do I keep doing that? Sorry, Grace, you are a star here. Sorry. All right. Thanks, Grace, in the green room still. So there you have it, you guys. What a great episode. Everything is available for you on the website at wesupplyamerica.net. From the We Supply America tour from south of Minneapolis, thank you for joining us today. Grace, Kurt, Cliff, thank you. And the entire Hovis team, the entire Hovis family, thank you guys. We will continue to see you out on the road, and we'll see you next week, 3 o'clock Central, where we have an amazing story from Hill and Marks, janitorial sanitation distributor from New Amsterdam, New York. You're going to love this story as well. Next Thursday, 3 o'clock Central, we go live. And with that, you guys, I will sign off. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for following us on We Supply America. Thank you for what you continue to do. Thank you for supplying America. And thank you for helping your employees and everybody else chase their dreams. And let's go on our own motorcycle ride of life as we learned today. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you out on the road. Thanks, everybody.